welcome back to my channel. My name's Andrea the Cumbrian Crafter. I've come on today to show you how I made my Concertina wallet to hold ephemera. I showed a wallet I sent to Jack and Snail Mail Mummy in a recent video, so I thought I'd come on and show you how I actually made it. So this is probably one of the first ones I made, which I haven't actually put anything in yet. It's lovely paper. I think it was from the Works, this paper pad, and I've got a lovely little brad there that's got a flower in there. So the envelopes I used for this one were sort of multicoloured, and they're kind of like a nice shiny envelope, but they do sort of dip down on one side, so I've kind of paired the lower side together, so it gives you that effect. But there's loads of room to store ephemera in there, and I've just got some blue and white baker's twine to hold that together. Then I very reluctantly used my honeysuckle collection, which I bought using the voucher I won on the Crafters Companion competition. So beautiful, I love the colour of this, and I've just got some pink and gold baker's twine and another little brad that's got some flowers on. So inside this one I've just used some white envelopes. Unfortunately they've got the blue sort of inside, but it does look a bit like a honeycomb. But I'm storing all of my bee ephemera in there. I'll need to decorate the outside of this one. I'll need to maybe put something on here. Don't have to, but so that's that one. And then I've got one of the Christmas ones I made here, and this one's just got a tiny wee little little red crystal in there, and I've just put some stickers on the front. So I've just kept this one smaller because the envelopes I used were smaller, but you don't have to use envelopes. I'm sure you could just use paper or card, but it's just so much easier when you've got the envelopes already made. And again, the inside of these envelopes, it's a shame that they're so patterned, but it doesn't really matter. It's just great for storing all sorts of tiny wee little bits. I've got some holly there, and I've got some little die cuts and some stars and flowers, and then that just sits like that. So I'll be putting that in my Christmas stash. So next year when I come to get my Christmas stash back out, I'll know that in here are all my little bits and pieces when I want to use them again. So the envelopes I actually used for this one were larger envelopes, and I've just cut them in half. In fact, there was a chunk cut out, so we've got, I think the envelopes were about that big. So I've used one side for that little Christmas Concertina folder. I'm just going to use this other side. I've trimmed them down a little bit so they are 4 inches deep, but as I say, it's so versatile, you can just adapt it to whatever envelope size that you've got. I'm going to just use my roller glue, and I'm going to just put a little bit of it on there, and then put that on top, and then a little bit on there when it decides to work. Come on, that's it. And then pop that on top of that. And again, I mean, this one's quite creased, but it really doesn't matter because we're not going to see that part of it. And then the last one, I think this must be coming to the end of its life. I think that one, it's maybe hasn't got a lot left. Okay, so that's our little Concertina there. So just one. How many envelopes have we got there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we could have used more, but I didn't have any more of those big envelopes left. So I'm going to make this one Christmas as well. I'm just going to use this Make and Create pad. I'm going to stay away from anything that's directional, just because when you do fold it over, the one half is going to be upside down. So let me just have a quick look, see if I can find something out of here. A lot of it is quite directional. Quite like that one, because they're all kind of... Oh, the Santa one's nice. We'll do the Santa one. So because this is small, I think you could get away with something that's maybe A4 sized. So we'll have the Santas on the outside, and we'll have the snowflakes on the inside. So if you take your envelopes, and the side that's got the opening needs to sit on here, just with a tiny wee little bit extra around the edge. I'm just going to take a pencil I'm just going to mark roughly there. So that's where we're going to need to cut. So I'll just get my paper trimmer. Okay, and I'm just going to put it down there. So we'll keep this excess piece because I do use a bit of that. Right, so we know that's going to need to be stuck there. Now, if I just make a tiny wee little pencil mark there, and I'll take my scoreboard. Now, you don't have to do this, you can just sort of fold it roughly. But I'm going to just do that, and I'm going to give it about, with it only being 5 envelopes, just about 1/4 of an inch there. And I'm just going to fold that there, and then the other one as well. Like that. And then again with your top part there, we're going to stick this down. So what you can do, and I did do on the last one, is because they open up quite a bit at the bottom, I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on each of them. You can use either dry glue or wet glue, doesn't really matter. And then I'm going to stick them down. And there, like that. So most of it's just done by eye, really. And then that's going to fold over like that. And then, so that's your concertina there. So this part is going to need to be stuck to there. But I'm just going to bring it round, and I'm just going to, again, just eyeball it and just loosely fold that top. That doesn't need to have a really thick, crisp crease in it, just as long as it matches up on there like that. And then I'm going to open it back up again, and I'm going to glue the other envelope, and I'm just going to close it up, making sure it's sat so it's like that, so it meets both edges. And that's basically our little wallet. You can round the edges if you want to, you don't have to. I've got the corner punch here. Just round those corners, and it'll probably slot into there, and round those ones as well. Like that. Right, and what I do now, just to reinforce the flap, the excess paper that we've got here, this will help with the brad as well. So I'm just going to, again, just by eye, because everybody's will be a different size, I'm just going to pencil mark that up there. I'm just going to take my other paper trimmer, I'm just going to cut that piece down using my pencil marks, and bring that back in, and that can sit, I mean, you can round those two edges if you want to as well, so it sits nicely in there. So that will reinforce the flap, but it also will hide where we're going to put the brad. So I'm just going to measure it and see what it is in centimetres or inches. It's about 6.5. So again, this doesn't have to be exact. You could do it by eye, you don't have to have a ruler. I'm just going to go about there, I think. I'm just going to punch a hole with my pokey tool, and I'm going to have a look and see what I've got in my little box. I love this box. This was made for me by Diane Cross quite a long time ago. Right, so I've got these lovely brads here that I used on the other ones, but they're not very Christmassy. These ones are quite Christmassy. I've got a nice green one maybe. Let's have a look. A pale green. There's a green one. That one go better maybe. Maybe the pale green would look better. Okay, and then I'm just going to feed that through there like that. And then I'm going to fold it down. Now what I will do is add a little bit of sellotape just over the top of there, just to help it lie and stay flat. And then I'm going to stick down this flap. I mean, you could have the Santas on it, but I'm just going to make it so it doesn't stand out too much. I'm just going to stick it on there like that. Just press it down. And I think for this one, I'm going to use some more of the red and white baker's twine. Just pull off a decent amount. You can always cut it down a little bit if it's too long. And there's a little bit more glue on there maybe. And you can just thread that round your brad like that. And then you just thread it round like that. So we could cut it about there maybe, and then you'll be able to twist that into there. So there we go. So I think in this one I'm going to put, not all, but some of these cut apart. Some are hunky-dory. These are more the traditional ones and things like that. So I'm going to put some of those into there, I think, and store them. So if I open it up again, you'll be able to see inside. And there we go. So these are my little Concertina ephemera wallets, ephemera folders. So I hope you have a go at making them and let me know how you get on. But thank you for watching today, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye for now.